never stop at one. I'll take you all on.
At least I'll have the satisfaction of destroying you, Optimus Prime.
You can't remember my name.
The weak shall perish?
Do not believe everything you read.
Hello everyone, I'm Cyberverse Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Devastation Deluxe Class Bumblebee from his Devastation incarnation. So, on the front of the box you get his alt mode, you get a headshot there, and then on the side you get more of the same image. Got Autobot logo, looks like a city there. You got your obligatory product shot and your one sentence bio. Bumblebee is ready to take down the Decepticons. Yay. What a bio. And then you got all your warnings and crap. You got barcode scanner. What does that say? More than meets the eye, authentic. All that BS. And then on the side, Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Devastation, Bumblebee, and then headshot of Bumblebee, and that's it. I have been trying to keep the boxes lately, so for the sake of the reviews. So I hope you guys are enjoying seeing the box and everything. But anyway, here is Bumblebee in his alt mode, and a lot of people have said that he looks like the classics Bumblebee, and I have to agree. He does look a lot like classics Bumblebee in the alt mode. So much, in fact, that Toy Hacks made a set for this guy almost immediately when he released. Not when he was revealed, but when he was released. And I thought it was funny. So many people were expecting him to just be a simple retool / well, they were expecting him to be a reissue / repaint of 86, and personally I thought the same thing. It wasn't until I started watching some video clips of Bumblebee from the game and I kind of went, yeah, they're probably going to make it a new mold, or they're just going to retool some things, retweak. And this is a pretty, if this is a retool of that figure, they did a pretty damn good job. Because reasoning why I say, retool, is the arms and the rear tires and the chest and technically the back of the car end up in the same places in robot and alt mode. So I'm kind of thinking it's a retool, but at the same time, it feels like a brand new mold. So if anybody knows for sure if this is based off of the 86 design, then let me know. I can't really tell sometimes. But anyway, Bumblebee here does roll okay with all, well, not really. Mine's a little stiff in some places. You can apply all of the weaponry on the alt mode to make them all Stealth Force Bayverse style, which is pretty neat in my opinion. I think this is pretty cool. But you can remove the guns. Now mine is going to look a little different than yours because I made some paint modifications, very slight. This I had to repaint because there was a big freaking scuffing on mine due to just play and everything, because I posed this guy like a hell of a lot. I might have to get a new one and then maybe, I don't know, paint this one up, or I don't know, turn him into Cliff Jumper or something. I don't know. Anyway, he looks kind of like he did in the game. I know the taillights are kind of weird and everything. I mean, he's got odd proportions, but I mean, so did this guy. It still does. But more on him in a little bit. Well, there went that. Wouldn't be a Cyberverse Prime review if all the accessories went everywhere. How unprofessional and unprepared I am. Hey, I'm leaving it in the video because you can kind of say it's funny. But anyway, here is a closer look at the guns. They are hollow on the other side, and they are solid. They're hollow on one and solid on the other. I hate this. This is so cheap and just ugly. This does not look good at all because they wanted to have a tab to do the, to do the thing that I just showed you. I would have much preferred if they just gave us, downscaled versions of Ironhide and Ratchet's guns from '86 instead of doing, the thing with the car mode. It is what it is, but I know these are supposed to be traditional G1 blasters. I have no idea what this thing's supposed to be. I have no idea what this is. If anybody can tell me, let me know. It looks like it's supposed to be part of some sort of alien tank thing. I don't know what this is. It's been a while since I've watched videos on Devastation that I really don't know what this is. I'm going to leave that off to the side for now. Bumblebee, though, on his own, he's pretty solid. Definitely one of my favorite figures so far of the year. I have yet to have, other various figures later on for this year. But so far, this Bumblebee is growing a lot on me. But nevertheless, transformation is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to transform, but once you get it down, it's pretty cool. Basically, you want to take these and fold them up. Take the tail lights, flip these up, rotate the arms down. Then you're going to untab this section here, and you're going to untab this from the hood of the car. And you're going to take the legs here and extend them down, or pull them downward like this. Then you're going to take this whole section here. Not sure how well you're going to see it, but you got to kind of lift it up back here a little bit. Oh man. You got to kind of lift up here and have these hinges here shift upward just like that. Then you got to come to here and kind of flip up the hood of the car mode. Kind of push it inward and kind of push it up just a slight bit. Then you're going to push it all the way up here. That'll create his shins. Then you're going to fold the front of the car down. This is going to become his foot. So unclip that. Fold it down. Okay. Kind of see his little head poking out there. Okay, you can fold the legs down briefly. Then go ahead, come under here, rotate the tires in just like that. Close up the heel. Alright, got the legs done. Now here comes the most difficult part of the transformation, at least in my opinion. This part here, it's this part, the chest, and the arms that are a pain in the ass. Basically, you have to make sure that the arms are clear, or this hinge here is clear enough to where you can raise the chest and fold the freaking back of the car on his back. It is so annoying. So you got to fold these forward first. And make sure they don't get caught like this, which is still a pain in the ass. Rotate the chest down. while flipping the head up. And then you still gotta rotate the torso down and stuff like that. Okay, the chest is almost in place. Fold the head in like that. Raise these pieces up. Raise them up. There we go. Alright. Then you're going to come back here. Fold in the rear wheels. Now, there are little slots right here, and there's little tabs here. You're going to line those up, peg them together just like that. Bumblebee's head here is on a double hinge, so just hold this down, and then fold the head back. And pray to God that you don't break anything. So there's his head. It's a little bit more, in the center of his friggin' torso. Last thing you gotta, a couple last things. Rotate his forearms just like that. Fold out the fists to where you hear a thoop. There you go, or that. And there is Bumblebee in his robot mode. And a ton of people, including myself, have... Oh, you got to make sure these wheels are 100% tabbed in. So, there you go. So, me and a few others here on YouTube, my friends and everything, we have all said that this Deluxe Bumblebee is better than the 86 one. And to be expected, we weren't really that shocked when Cliff Jumper was revealed that they used that mold, but we all kind of wish that they used this one, only because to me it fit the bill. It's got basically the right proportions, and it's still a fun mold. And basically this Bumblebee, in terms of a G1 Bumblebee, this is basically the best one with its proportions and everything. Yeah, I know the 86 one is spindly, and I get it. It's supposed to look like the old school Penny Racer alt mode, which, that's not a bad thing. That's a really cool thing. I just think that this Bumblebee here fits more with the G1 cast than the 86 one, and a lot of other people will feel the same way. It's not that we hate the 86 mold. No, it's a great mold, to be completely honest with you all. I just wish that this Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, like, honestly, if you just retweak the feet, if you redone the feet and the back, honestly, to make it look more like a Volkswagen, you got yourself a clear winner here. And, oh, shoot. Sorry. These weren't all the way up, and they weren't pegged incorrectly. So, my fault on that one. Oh, they still aren't. Shoot. Like I said, this transformation is kind of... There we go. I was like, wait a minute. He's a little too tall here. You gotta fold these in. Like... Oh, man. Come on, B. You gotta fold them in like that. And then there you have Bumblebee in his robot mode. So, yeah, my fault. I noticed that his knee hinges were... Like, his knee joints were articulated, and his hands weren't on his hips. So, that's my fault. So, yeah, this guy's got basically the best proportions, and he still looks good next to his 86 counterparts, or his other, 86, Autobot brethren. So, I don't see why they couldn't, have made this guy I mean, I really hope that they do go back and retweak the feet to look more Volkswagen and use these parts, retweak them into Cliff Jumper. Because honestly, it already has the spoiler, and all they gotta really do is just change the feet design. And there you go. You got Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper from this mold. And I don't see... I mean, Goldbug has already been, like, rumored and confirmed from this mold. And I can't wait to finally get a good Goldbug. Even if we don't get a Cliff Jumper out of this, well, we're finally going to get a decent Goldbug. Anyway, like I said, Bumblebee here. Now that I got that out of the way, articulation. His head is on a ball joint and a hinge. I'm trying not to move the head too much because this is silver paint on mine. His face will look more like the guns here. But before we get back to those, Bumblebee here has a ball joint at the head, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, single jointed knee, nothing at the wrist other than to fold in for transformation, waist rotation, universal hip joints so they can go forward that much, back, man, that much, and he has a thigh swivel, which is cool, and a single jointed knee. If you want to count the other hinge as double knee, then well, it doesn't really work that way. And then he does have the ankle tilt, but not as, not as badass as Prime's, but it is what it is. So he can get into some dynamic poses and stuff, which is cool for a little Bumblebee like this. And that's another reason why I like this. His ankles don't look obtrusively dumb. They actually look proportionate. And I can get why a lot of people do prefer this Bumblebee over the 86. So, anyway, for accessories, you can store this on his back. I still don't know what gun that is. And then you can give him his traditional G1E blasters, where he can bang, 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 stuff like that. So, my final verdict on this figure is, it's a good figure. It's slightly better than Optimus here. I still think if you're collecting Devastation, these guys aren't bad pickups. They're really not. They're cheap. They're not really cheap anymore, but they're still somewhat affordable. And they're perfect for any young collector getting into the line or getting into Transformers in general. This guy is still relevant on Big Bad Toy Store. I think even Hasbro Pulse. Amazon, I think, as well. Same with this Bumblebee. He's both on Pulse, Big Bad Toy Store, and Amazon. Non-sponsored, of course, and they both have Toy Hack sets, I'm positive. I know he does. I forget if he does or not. Me personally, if you're looking for a really good Optimus Prime and Bumblebee to get you started, these two are the way to go in my opinion. And with that being said, this has been Cyberverse Prime, and I'm signing off. And I hope you guys will enjoy the next batch of reviews, because we're going to be taking a look at some Target exclusive stuff, which is the More Than Meets the Eye line. And I'm pretty excited to show you what I'm about to review. Anyways, see you all then, and I hope these figures will give you. I hope you guys enjoy these video reviews, and please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And I will see you all next time. See you later.